I hope you're fucking ready for this.
Ah!
Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome. Come on in. It's very hot.
It is hot, so we have a refreshment. Oh, my ass. Hold on.
Balance.
Okay.
Tour.
Yeah.
All right.
We have it. Anywho.
Okay, this is a story I'm like, I have to bring it back because there is no freaking way. If you remember the premise, I have this like very obsession on like reality TV that happens in like on Netflix Korea, and they have a show that's called Doomed Marriage. Sometimes I also watch the other one, Love Naggers. The two shows have the same premise. People, real life people, send messages to the MCs and tell them like about their stories, about their like romance woes and their marriages. And this show is particularly on like marriage and divorce and everything. The episode that I watched last night got my blood boiling when I'm telling you.
Is it like a new episode or older one?
I had seen it a while ago, but I had forgotten. So I was just watching. I was like, "Ooh, I remember this."
Let's go.
And this will also be like a conversation on like Korean society and culture that's quite interesting in my opinion. So we'll have a little bit of a Q&A at the end. So let me just tell her the story and tell you guys the story, and you can let us know what you think of it in the comment section. Let's get right into this story. The opening is like in the gym, so they kind of set the scene for you. You have a guy who's like super handsome. He's in the gym. He's like doing the weight and everything. So the whole thing is to show that he's like a 건강하다, like he's very healthy, very good looking and whatnot. This is his point of view, by the way. It's the guy who sent the message. So he's this good looking guy. He's like kind of not famous but popular for being good looking, very like in shape, blah blah blah. And you know, he's at the gym and there is this new girl he has never seen before who enters the gym. She's like really cute, really innocent looking, blah blah blah. Obviously he like immediately kind of falls for her, so he starts talking to her, starts helping her around the gym. Fast forward, they're dating, and they happen to also work in the same company. So it was in the company gym, so when he saw her, he knew she was like someone from the company. So we see how like the romance is going. It's great, they love each other, everybody's like, oh my god, such a visual couple, like when you have kids they're gonna be so beautiful, like everybody's just making comments about them. So like they're like, oh yeah, like obviously I went for him first because of his good looks, no. So they get married, and then you fast forward where they're at the guy's parents' house, so the girl's in-laws, and you know the grandparents are like holding a baby and they're like, oh my god, no, and they're like complimenting, oh he's so beautiful, he's so smart, and then you think obviously that's their kid, but you realize that's like their nephew actually. So the guy's sister come in and she's like, oh let me feed him. And by the looks of it, like by the atmosphere, you can tell that the wife, like the girl, the guy's wife, is feeling like a little bit like complicated. She's like, oh, I want to have a kid too, but it's been like 3 years we've been married and we still don't have a child. And the mother-in-law is making comments to her that were literally like, you know us, like how we're quick to be like, what you said? And she's like, oh, I really wish that you would have kids, like are you like making an effort? She's literally like getting into their business. She's like, are you at least like having sex, blah blah blah. The lady's like, and the husband is like, mom, like don't worry, we got this, like okay, we're having fun in our newlywed life, so calm down. And she's like, oh, they say that usually when the girls is good quality, they have a baby immediately when they get married. So that's like obviously a blow to the girl. So she's really hurt, really annoyed, like
quality. I want to punch the woman
basically
in the face.
As if she's a freaking object.
Continue. The hell.
So even then, at that moment, I was already like, cause my country would say shit like this too. So I was like, oh my god, this is so familiar and painfully accurate. So anywho, usually traditionally in Korea and also in like certain countries of Africa, and I'm sure other Asian countries too, when you struggle to have a kid, they usually make it the fault of the woman, unfortunately, right? So I'm like, oh my god, fuck this girl. But anywho, you can see over time they keep making comments, they keep, you know, like putting the girl down. She's the one like doing the dishes, doing the cooking, no. Everybody's just lounging around, but because she's the one who has no children, the other daughter-in-law is like favored, obviously. So one day they're still at the parents' house, and the parents make another comment, and then the husband, the main guy, is like, all right, if you keep doing this to my wife, we're not gonna come anymore.
Thank you.
So we're like, yeah, the MCs are so happy, like, woo, 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 thank you for taking her side. I was so happy because I was like, that's all you need to do, honestly. I can hear all the shit. If you defend me, I'm straight. Like, I'm not gonna be, it's not a problem. I can take it, right?
Because you cannot change the parents.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're living with the son. So you better be straight.
Like, are you living our life for us? Calm down. So anyway, even though he defended her, you could tell like the comments and stuff took a toll on her. So they went to the doctor to find out like what's going on, etc. So they had tests and everything. Turns out the man is the issue.
Of course.
What would have been your reaction as a wife who's been struggling for 3 years and people have been talking shit about
but
you?
I can't say shit. Like I would say no. I don't think I would say anything. I wouldn't be petty because it's something that I also want. So it's not like aha. No, I don't. No, I would be. Oh shit! Now what do we do?
You're a good person. She went aha. She was like, she didn't even go aha. She was like, what? All these years I've been like, obviously she's been stressed. She's like, I've been doing all of this, and now you're telling me it's your fault?
Yeah, but why would she be pissed at him? It was on her side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she went off on him anyway. She was just like, oh, I can't believe, like, it was your fault all along. And I married you because I thought you were, like, a healthy man. No. And you can't even have kids.
Wow.
Like, and it wasn't even like he couldn't have kids. It was like the probability was a bit low because his, like, sperm count was low or something. And they told him if he gets operated, I don't know what kind of operation it is. I didn't get that part. But apparently if he did, like, a certain type of surgery, it wouldn't be guaranteed, but the chances would be a little higher. Would you do it? Would you tell your husband like get the surgery?
What depends what the surgery entails. Like, is it a dangerous surgery? Is it like a intense one?
It wasn't very intense.
Yeah, of course, do it. You want kids, no? I want kids. You want kids?
Yeah.
Because if it was the woman, they would say, yeah, do it. Whatever you have to do. So yeah, you do it.
So he did the surgery. She was taking hormones. She was taking all kinds of medicine. Like they were just trying. But you can tell like she was just over it. Like because obviously because of the hormones, also your mood changes and everything. So she was having a really really hard time. She was always like angry. And poor guy, he was really trying to like make things better, like trying to take her on nice dates, trying to like, he was like, yeah, we have to make an effort, but we can't just make an effort just to have a kid. Like if we're not like loving each other, it's not gonna work, especially if you're stressed out. Which I agree with. I'm like, come on, like
Same.
at least try to do it naturally in a way.
Because the whole point is not just a baby. We need to keep this relationship alive.
And that's what he was saying. He was like, it's both of us first, and then maybe we have a kid. If we don't have a kid, I can live without a kid. It's fine. We can just be the two of us. She was like, what? And basically, that's when it started kind of going into like the social kind of landscape here in Korea. She was like, as a woman, a married woman, everybody's looking down on me. Like she was really going off because people were. So they would show like a montage, like every holiday, everything they would receive messages. Oh, we're waiting for the good news.
But that's the older generation, saying like stuff.
No, even her colleagues.
That's weird though. I thought like there's a whole no kid problem.
Bro, so there is a whole no kid problem. But one thing I realized is that this is like people that are close to them. Maybe even if personally I don't want kids, but they still feel the need to like say something to America. But I don't understand that part. I don't know why that's the thing. But apparently all their colleagues was like, we're waiting for the news, oh please get us a beautiful baby.
What are you? That's so frustrating to me. Who are you? Who are you to tell me to have a kid?
When are you having a kid? Why aren't you having a kid? It's been 3 years, we're waiting.
You're waiting for what? Are you gonna feed the kid at 4 a.m. for me? Okay.
Are you paying for the college education?
Are you paying for the Hey,
what?
Yes.
What?
Are you paying for school?
What? Okay.
Would you say something to your friend, like to your colleagues, like stop, or would you just ignore?
Am I close to your colleagues?
Not really.
Then I ignore.
They're showing this to explain while they're under pressure. Even the guy, like everybody's like hounding them, like, oh, when are you gonna have kids? Da, da, da. Meanwhile, the guy knows he has the issue, so that's even worse, you know. So he goes to his parents' house, and obviously they're hounding him, like, when are you gonna have a kid? When are you gonna have a kid? No, no, no.
Impossible.
And then he basically told them, he was like, actually, it's not her, it's me. So please stop like waiting. You already have a grandchild. Like focus on him and like leave us alone. The mother was like, what? You're saying my son has an issue? That's impossible. Like obviously she was just like, no, that's impossible, blah, blah, blah. And then the wife went off on her. She was like, how can you say this? This is scientifically like proven. What are you talking? And then she storms out. She storms out of the house. And I'm like, good for you. Because who the hell is what? The doctor told you he has a problem and everybody wants to make it her fault. So that was already like, okay, well.
Show me your degree, mom. Show me your doctor degree, yeah? Medical degree.
Since you know
Show
everything.
it to me.
Fast forward, the guy is like making a lot of effort cooking for his wife because she was not feeling well, blah, blah, blah. And then one day they get to dinner and he like made like steak and everything. And then he serves her wine. She's like, oh, actually, I can't drink. And she's like looking weird because usually...
I don't like where it's going. Continue.
Usually you would be like, oh, I can't drink. Wink, wink. But she's just like, I told you I can't drink. Or she's like iffy about it. She's like, oh, I told you I can drink, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wait, are you... She's like, I took a test and it's 2 lines, but I really don't want to have too much like effort. So actually, the way she was making that face is like she didn't want to have too much hope. The test was positive, but she didn't want to have too much hope. You have to go to the hospital to confirm. But the guy was like over the moon. Finally, I have a kid. Da 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 da. He's like, oh, Tukae, like congratulations, that's so nice. Let's go to the doctor like tomorrow. They go to the doctor, confirm the pregnancy. Like finally, she has a kid, right? And so the guy, finally, everybody is like over the moon. Like everybody's like, congratulations, so good. The company, the colleague, the parents, everybody. So finally, the wife also, she had what she wanted. So, you know, all is well. So one day he's at this company and his superior is like, so how is it going? She's like, oh yeah, my wife is right now at the ultrasound appointment. I'm laughing because she has the most worried face. She's like, why is everything going well? So yeah, so the superior is like, hey, I'll give you half of the day, like go surprise your wife. She can't be in the ultrasound by herself, da 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 da. So he runs, he's like buying flowers and everything. He runs to the doctor's office. And then as he gets to the room, his wife is coming out of the ultrasound. So she already did the thing and everything. And she looks all giddy and happy. Why is another man with her? True story, guys. Why is another man with her? Tell me why. Somebody tell me why. Because that's the kid's father.
So basically she said, you cannot give me a kid, I'm gonna find
it somewhere else.
Wow!
As a married woman, honey.
And what was the plan then?
So he comes in, he's like, who the fuck is this dude? What is he doing here? Like, what's going on? And she's literally with a straight face, she's like, that's the kid's father.
She was
like,
just pissed then. She was done.
She was like, I don't get it. Like, I'm gonna get my kid, do whatever you want.
Wow. Okay.
So she's like, that's the kid's father. And obviously he goes off, he's tries to like fight the guy. No. And she's like, stop it. Like, you couldn't give me, that was so sad. She was like, you couldn't even give me a child. You had a problem all along. Of course I went to see it somewhere. He said he would take responsibility, so I'll send you the divorce paper, just sign them. I won't even take any of your money. Like, I just want to leave. I just want out. She was like, I just want out of here. I won't even take your money. Just sign the papers, please. She literally just, all at once, she was like, that's not your kid. Get the fuck out of my life and let me marry this guy.
Jesus Christ. That is violent. Wow. She basically married just because she wanted a kid. She didn't really care.
As we realized in the story, like her whole dream was to be a mom. And obviously, especially in this society, she was like, I can't be married and not be able to have kids. Like everybody's looking down on me. Like she was clearly traumatized by the pressure of like having a baby once you're like married. And she's like, she was almost, I think she was like 38 or something, and she was like, I'm almost 40, like you can't do this to me. So I can understand like being very stressed, but that's not the way you go about it. You can break up and then go with someone else.
Exactly.
But you don't just go have another child and then be like, all right, I had the child, now let's get a divorce.
Yeah, the order is wrong. Like the chronology is wrong. But I really don't understand why there is that much pressure now to have a kid. I really thought Korean society was going like.
Well, now I think it's the opposite. I think, but I feel like for that story, because I've seen it last year, I told you it's a kind of old, and they're already like in their 40s, so that's kind of like the generation above us.
Maybe.
So it's very possible that it's changing. Obviously, like people now are not trying to have kids, but their parents is still pressuring them. So that's how how it kind of like played out. Like, so the guy did divorce her.
But then why did he send what story did he send? What was the...
So he was just saying like, yeah, so I divorced her, and he was just trying to move on. Like, he was like depressed for like months and months. He even quit his job.
Yes.
He even, because they're in the same company.
Yes, that's true. I forgot
So
that.
yeah, so he told them he quit his job and he went back to work in, I think, his father's restaurant, because his father has like a bunch of restaurants. He was just taking care of the restaurant and stuff. And then while he was at the restaurant, there was this like, out of all people, a single mom actually who came into the restaurant. So she was also divorced, but she had a child, like a baby boy, like 3 years old roughly. So he met her, and then they fell in love, and he basically adopted the child. So I thought that was kind of like a nice conclusion to the thing. So he adopts the child and everything. So they're having this like cute little, nice romance. He married with the girl, like everything is well. The lady decides to come help at the restaurant too. So she's working there now. So they're working, and literally they did the whole like slow motion thing. The door opens. Tell me why his ex-wife walks in with a 3-year-old boy. She walks in and she looks, you should have seen her fucking face. Like, I wanted to slap the hell out of her. She was just like, just walks in like looking around like, I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want? Why are you here?
What more?
Obviously, he's making the same face. He's like, what are you doing here? She turns around, picks up the child, grabs her purse, pulls out a bunch of documents. She's like, actually, he was yours the whole time.
How does she know?
DNA test.
Why?
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
Back in the beginning of the episode, they were showing this one part where they were all in the terrace, and I think the sunlight was really bright. And as soon as the guy walked into the sun, he started sneezing like crazy. And you know how some people have an allergy to sun rays? The sun was doing the same thing, so she was like, that's weird, let me get a DNA test. I don't even know how she got the DNA. Maybe she had some hair, I don't know. But basically she did a DNA test, and it turned out to actually be his biological son.
God.
The whole time. So this went ahead and divorced the other guy.
What?
Strutted back to the guy's restaurant and was like, this is what she actually said. I'm translating from Korean. She was like, now that you know this is your son, don't you think you need to come back to your original place? Me and the MCs, we all screamed at the same time.
Some people have the nerve of a lifetime. What
I don't know
happening?
where she went to buy the audacity,
What?
but she had a lot.
Leave some for the rest of us, because I think she got it all. The audacity, yeah? What is happening here? No, you have... Nah. Some people are deranged. This is being deranged. I don't understand you. You must not understand society the way we understand it.
First of all, from the moment she was obsessed with just having a child and had the nerve to get married just for that one goal, she's not normal.
Yeah.
She's not a normal person. I know.
But this is insanity.
It's like sociopath.
What do you want? Like, really, you think I'm going to abandon my life now?
And the son that I adopted.
For the son you stole from me?
So that's exactly what he said to her. He said, you think I'm gonna just like up and leave my new family for you? She's like, you could just come and take care of your own son instead of like raising someone else's. So he obviously kicks her out. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to see you. Nah. Fast forward a couple of days later, they're going to visit the parents. Oh my god. They walk in the fucking house and they see the child there.
Oh, please.
And she just comes out of the room with like a plate of whatever the hell. Like, she's been like visiting mind you, I don't mind that. That's their grandchild. Biologically speaking, that's their grandchild. But like, you could tell she was just trying to like weasel her back in. Yeah. So that kind of pissed me off. Because you can just send your child and be like, I'll come pick him up later. Yeah. I have nothing to do with you guys, but you should see your grandson. But she's like clearly trying to appeal to them. And then the grandma comes and she's like, oh, obviously we didn't want to let her in, but we couldn't turn away our grandson, blah 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 blah. And then her grandma also, because she's a terrible fucking woman, she's like, and also like, he's your actual son, not this child over here.
Wow.
So now the parents and the ex-wife are all pressuring him to leave the girl and to come back, quote unquote, to take care of his real family. And the ex-wife, she keeps sending him videos of the child. She's like, he wants to see his father, blah 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 blah. And his big question was, what should I do? Am I gonna abandon my own child and ignore him, or am I gonna abandon my new family?
I'm thinking that is terrible. First of all, the situation is messy because of one stupid lady. It's pissing me off. Anywho, I would stay with the new wife, like keep my life as it is, and arrange days or things.
Thank
like this
you.
to the other kids.
A normal person. Thank you. I was thinking the MCs would say the same thing, but here, this is okay. This is the beginning of like the social debate, because obviously we're not Korean, so we're not here to like bash Korean culture. They kept saying that same expression, "Name 자식," like the son of another, the son of another, the son of another. Here, I realized it might be different for like maybe our generation of people, but until very recently, there is this stigma over biologically. If biologically you're not my child, it's like, how can I love another person's? That's a child.
Isn't it just? It's not just Korea. There's a lot of.
I don't understand it.
Cultures, people that just don't
Yeah.
vibe the same way with other people.
There's no such thing as like a blended family. It's like, oh, those are these kids and those kids. And so basically their whole dilemma was, what should he do? Why does he have to choose?
Take both then. I don't know.
Just like, recognize this son and then you have two sons.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was, but what about him? He's not my real son. Like,
oh my god. That is sad, you know. Sad. The kids are gonna be messed up, by the way.
The both.
Final answer?
But the psychologist was like, don't give in to her shit.
Thank you.
Do not give in to her shit. Keep your family and then do what you have to do for your son. He's the one, like, because he's a psychologist. He was like level-headed about this. But everybody's like, oh my god, that must be so hard. I'm like, there's nothing hard about
this. It's not really that hard, you know.
Legally, you do what you have to do, but you keep your family. Like, what do you mean you're going to choose?
And not just legally too, you can also love your son, like the other one, like the first one.
You know why I think it's a dilemma? Because not even the legal part. It's because everybody around runs their fucking mouth all the time. So the fucking parents are, even when they see the new wife, they're always gonna have some shit to say to her.
And not even that, they're obviously gonna put some favoritism on the legitimate child than the other one.
Of course, just because they found out like, oh, that's actually our, like this, now that the blood is confirmed, now the love that they think is so natural, somehow you find a way to like transfer it from a baby to another.
Yes.
That is so natural.
2 minutes ago, it was like the disgusting child of the disgusting
another
man
guy.
over there.
And
then you're like, this is my blood. Shut up. Nah, people are insane.
No, I was watching this like, I would beat your ass. I don't care. We would
there
fight.
is necessity for that. That does not gonna change nothing.
No, I'm just talking about that moment where she entered the restaurant with that fucking face and she was like, are you gonna raise somebody else's child? I would have slapped the fuck out of her. If I was the mom, the new wife, I would slap the fuck out of you. Mind you, I never slapped somebody in my life. I don't even know how it feels. However, for that one moment, I will learn how to fight.
I will try that day. And this is really not a Korean issue. Unfortunately, it's not a Korean issue.
I think it's more like Eastern culture, but not even because Africa is not necessarily in the East, but the traditional. Because in Africa, that shit is rampant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But not just Africa, Europe too. They have this.
Really?
Of course.
But I feel like Europe, Occidental countries still have a better way of blending families. A little tiny bit. It's more free.
It's accepted, but not like
it's not gonna be all
everywhere.
natural.
You know what I mean?
So do you think it's human nature then? Because that's scary. Me, I don't care if you're my child or not. I love you.
Me,
like, I don't care.
I know that when I was younger, my parents, for example, they were very like calm down. But I used to say, I'm not gonna have kids. I'm gonna adopt. When I was young too.
I told my parents too. They freaked out.
That's what I'm saying. So
I just thought about that.
Yeah. So that is very normal for everybody. Just what are you talking about? No, you're gonna have your kids. Man, I was like, no, why? There's so many people I'm gonna adopt.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of
that's
sense.
what I'm saying. It's not just Korea. It's
everybody.
People. I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't like this biological.
I don't know. Because for me, when I hear shit like this, I don't hear that much in France. Like, yes, of course, it might not be as natural as we think, but in France, at least if you're two divorced parents and you have a kid, it's literally normal to have a blended family. Here, the fact that people are the fact that you have the courage to say in front of others, that's disgusting. Like, that is shocking to me. And the fact that they're so open to saying it means that for me, we're still a little far away on that part.
Yeah.
Like, come on. This is a very big segue, but just as an example, recently I was looking at, I don't know why, because I was watching Descendant of the Sun, like that drama with the Song Song couple that got divorced, not that, I think like 3 years ago. You know how he just got remarried to the British lady.
British? Italian?
She's, well, Italian descent or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was looking at stuff about that on YouTube, and you have the recommendation. So I was looking at like gossip websites and whatever, and basically they revealed, I don't even know if it's 100% true because I didn't check, I didn't care, but apparently she has 2 kids already. She's pregnant right now with his baby.
She got the kid.
Yeah, so yeah, he posted a picture, so cute. Anyways, she has a kid with him now, but she already has 2 kids from 2 different fathers. So I'm like, ooh, drama. So I'm like, click the comments. Oh my god, you should have seen the comments. Literally, it was absolutely disgusting. The Korean, like, it was a Korean website, so obviously the comments were all Korean people. They were, which again, that would also happen in France, I believe. Everybody would like, because misogyny, hello. Like everybody would, of course. They were like, Song Joong-gi, like, you really don't have an eye for women. Like, why would you do that? Like, you should go back to Song Hye-kyo. She's so much better. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Like, no wonder his parents are against. Apparently, he's estranged with his parents now. Because they were, mind you, they were already against Song Hye-kyo herself. Why? Because she was a little bit older than him.
Okay, please, parents, shut up. Like, I don't care. Maybe it's a good thing. Huh? I'm not talking to them anymore. Maybe it's a good thing.
Literally. That's what I was thinking, but in the comments, people were all agreeing with that.
Yeah.
Because the girl from the British girl is also older. She's 1 year older than him. So people were like, not only is she older, I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, I understand you're a little mad. She has 3 baby daddies. All right, that's a little trifling. That's a little crazy.
It's giving. I have to. Were they married? Was she married 3 times?
I don't think so. It's her ex-boyfriends.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't even much, girl.
But like, the comments were too nasty. It was too much. I'm sorry. She's not the only celebrity. She's not the only known person who has multiple kids. Look at, I don't know, do you know Kim Morelli? She's like a top model from the 90s. She also has like 3 baby daddies. But in America, it's not something that people will use against you.
Yeah.
But here, you should have seen, and I watched multiple videos, and it was short videos, so the comments were ripping into her.
야, 저런 외국인 여자.
Of course, they were going off on like foreigners. It's like,
저런 외국인 여자 이렇게 외국인이랑 결혼하면 안 되지.
No,
I was like, ooh, but that kind of like shocked me a little bit. Yeah.
I'm so tired of the
judgment.
Yeah, why do people go hard like this at women and like accept some of the thing from other like men?
People,
I don't like the difference in treatment.
Yeah,
you know?
they were going.
Keep that energy for men too. Then
they were saying like some of his fans were like, I don't even want to see him on TV anymore. I'm not a fan anymore. I'm so disappointed.
What's the name of this guy? The guy who has like 13 kids or something?
Nick Cannon?
Yes.
Girl.
Keep that energy for Nick Cannon too then.
Oh, well, the energy is there, believe me.
Yeah, but he had to wait for 13 kids to have the energy. She had 3, okay?
But it's like the fact that like people were like, I'm so disappointed in him. And I love some of the, this is what kept me hope, because a lot of the comments were like, who the fuck are you? Like, you don't know this guy.
Are you his mother? Life, he's living his life in his Porsche over there. He doesn't care about you, sir. Nonsensical. The conclusion of this whole thing, parents, shut up.
Like, get the fuck
out.
Yeah,
it's not your relationship is in over there already. Yeah, you have your couple here. This is my couple. Stay over there. Stay in your lane. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I think that's but again, that's not a Korean thing.
Yeah, I think it's everybody thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the story last night. Let me tell you, I was screaming on my phone. Like, crazy. Everybody shut up.
Yeah.
Because most of the issue were just from people's mouth.
Yeah.
The stress, everything.
They're too busy. They're too free.
They have too much time on their hands.
Yeah. You cannot have that much time to get into my business. Focus on you first.
That was the story, guys. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments. This was a real story. Obviously, let's not get into too much critical bashing, okay? Like cultural stuff. I'm sure there are people who don't act like this. That's why it's the reason why it's on TV, because it's probably a bit rare. So hopefully that's not everybody. So yeah. We'll see you in our next story time. Bye.
Bye.